Alcoholism is a very important topic. My name is Casey Stover, and today I'm going to talk to you about alcoholism. Alcoholism is important because it is very prevalent in this country, and a lot of people don't know much about it. Some signs that someone may be addicted to alcoholism include drinking while driving and drinking as soon as you wake up. Actually, in Buffalo, New York alone, alcoholism is more than double the national average. Alcoholism is actually more prevalent in white people, but it is harder to overcome as a minority. Alcoholism is also more likely to be passed down through generation to generation in minority families. Another not-so-fact thing about alcoholism is that 1 out of 20 first graders are affected by it. Now I'm going to talk about fetal alcohol syndrome. Fetal alcohol syndrome is also very important, and it is something that is overshadowed by many other things. There was a YouTube video by a girl named Nora, and she adopted several children with fetal alcohol syndrome. It is really a bad topic, but an important topic. Nora said that one of her children had it so bad that she has to have seizures, medications, and is also hospitalized several times. A thing that stuck up to me is Nora said that one of the daughter's seizures took as long as 7 hours to stop, and even the hospital could not stop it. It is also very expensive for someone who has fetal alcoholism. It is expensive for the parents, I should say, because they can only have certain medications and certain foods, so that costs money, obviously. A lot of children who have fetal alcohol syndrome is sad because a lot of them do not get adopted because parents obviously feel that it is too much work and that the children, unfortunately, would not be worth it to adopt. It is sad when Nora said that fetal alcohol syndrome people a lot of times only live past the age of 35. This particular TED Talk that I watched about Nora was very inspiring, however. She mentioned how her kids with fetal alcohol syndrome live regular lives even with the tremendous amount of challenges they have to overcome. They just act like regular kids and want to be normal and loved. She also said that we need to bring awareness about fetal alcohol syndrome and what it actually is, and we need to bring awareness that it is not an actually bad thing. It does not mean that you shouldn't adopt kids who have it. She says we need to embrace the fact that kids have fetal alcohol syndrome. And she also said that it is important not to blame the mother, because a lot of times the mother, who was the one that was drinking that caused their kid to have fetal alcohol syndrome, was going through some mental challenges at this time. In this case, the daughter that Nora was talking about, the mother did come around and say that she was going through a bad time, and she put her child up for adoption because she knew she couldn't take care of her. Nora also gave a heartbreaking story about how her daughter was in the intensive care unit for several weeks and how it was just so difficult to hold her hand. Nora said that she felt helpless and wished that she could do more to help her daughter. Nora is so happy that she adopted all these kids with fetal alcohol syndrome because They need love and a home as much as we do. And she also feels like more children need to be adopted because it is not their fault that they have fetal alcohol syndrome, and they could live very productive lives. And one more thing I would like to mention is that fetal alcohol syndrome does not mean that children are less at risk. However, they do need proper medications and foods, but you just need to give them love, and there are programs out there that you can look into to help with the financial costs of fetal alcohol syndrome. Thank you for listening to this message.